So today I'm going to demonstrate the 8 Laban Energies. This is modified Laban. I call these movements with very specific qualities energies as opposed to efforts. Laban used the word efforts. He would also change the qualities from what I use. I describe it as for each energy, there's a quality of speed. It's relatively fast or relatively slow. A quality of direction, relatively direct or indirect. Synonymously, you could think straight or curved. And a quality of weight, relatively heavy or light. All right, and we mix those up and we need energies. Let's start with the slow ones. A glide. A Laban glide is slow, light, and direct. So in Tai Chi, that's what you're using. This slow, light energy. Does it have much muscular tension? It's easy. I love gliders. Gliders walk up to you, they're going, "Hi, nice to see you. My name is Bruce Cromer." Whenever I do these stereotypes, just realize you use all 8 energies. You're not one thing. Now, we can type you in terms of what we feel is your most obvious energy, your general energy, but we use all 8. Glides. You can feel the glide for me by just doing this. Press towards the camera as if you're saying, "Stop." And then pull back. Come here. Push away. Slow, light, and direct. Come back. Now, it's not to say that there's not parts of your body that aren't doing a curving action, but it's the main part of the body, at this point, my fingertip. That's what we're looking at in terms of it's moving in a straight line. If the air around me were rice paper, if I had ink that I could put on the appendage, it would be the line that it leaves in the air, whether it's direct or indirect. See my elbows curving, but that fingertips going straight up and down. Glide, slow, light, direct. A flow, also used in Tai Chi, is slow, light, and indirect. It curves. Realize your head's a major way to get into, psychologically, an indirect energy. Because we, as Westerners, we love to have that stiff, direct neck. With my buzz cut, I really do look like a military guy. I'm not, I'm an actor. And I know this is a joint, and it moves. Good, but a float, your back can curve, your head goes. You can obviously move through space with curved movement. But it's slow, light, and indirect. That's why you're not going to lose your balance as much, especially when you're leaning against a wall. Floaters would come up to you like this. "Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Isn't it a great party? Floaters do not have to be chemically altered. All right? Realize, too, none of these are inherently good or bad. They're not inherently happy or sad, mad or joyful. They're just an energy that fills a possible emotion, or expresses it, I should say. So I can be lost and confused with the float. And that's not, hey, I'm buzzed. I don't know what's happening. Great. Glide, slow, light, and direct. Float, slow, light, and indirect. You can already be thinking, if you haven't thus far, what am I? Heavy or light? Slow or fast? Direct or indirect? A lot of the obvious thing is, how do you talk? Do you talk with a lot of animation in your voice? Then that's more indirect. If you talk the way most Americans do, which we say is a three-note scale, it does go up and down, but not that very much. You might be more obviously direct. What's your rate of utterance? Do you talk fast or do you take time? Yes, I know it depends on the circumstances. But your classmates might say, yes, you're definitely fast. And you're unaware of what you usually are doing. Ready? Good. Continue with the slow. We've got slow, heavy, and direct press. So as opposed to a glide, it's got more of this feeling of tension or weight. I like to say weight. It's released weight. But when I'm doing it, I get more muscular tension. Press. See somebody with a press, they're coming across the room like this. And if it's dad or mom and you've done something bad, you get the hell out of there. Or maybe be floating. What's wrong? Oh, did I smash up the car? Realize you can fight energy with energy, the same energy. I'm upset with you. Are you? Why, Mom? Because you did. Or you can change it up. Okay, great. Press. Slow. Heavy. Direct. Press can also be pulling a rope straight towards yourself, as well as pushing people away. Press. I take press and I make it indirect, and it becomes a wring. W-R-I-N-G. Like wringing a soaking wet towel. Twisting it indirectly, and I have to put a lot of heavy energy into it to get all that water out. Wring. I often think of bad Shakespearean actors as ringers. Oh, that is too solid flesh would melt. Yeah. Good. Slow, heavy, and indirect. Good. I'm going through these fairly fast, but it's just because we're going to spend so much time in class analyzing yourself, analyzing your characters, being bored to tears with Laban. But the best thing about Laban is it's so quick to learn because it's a system. When you look at human beings, we're so complex. We've got so many mysterious qualities about us. As an actor, you want to do the same job every night, regardless of how you feel. So, Laban gives you a way of doing that. Great. Our slow energies: glide, slow, light, and direct. Float, slow, light, and indirect. Press, slow, heavy, direct. Wring, slow, heavy, and indirect. Realize wring doesn't have to be unhappy or mad or anything like that. There's a lot of people like your aunt. They're so happy to see you. I just gotta give you kisses. Great. The 4 fast energies. Fast, light, and direct is a dab. Dab, 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 dab. Fast, light, direct. Fast, light, direct. This person looks up to you like this and moves away like this. Have a relatively fast rate of speed. They don't have much animation in their voice. They're not monotone, they're not a robot or anything, but yeah, they're a dab. Right? When you are texting, you're dabbing. I don't know, if the keys are big, maybe you can be indirect a little bit. Woo-hoo! But for the most part, you're dabbing. Right. Dabbers can be very, because they're so focused, they can be very irritating. They're going to talk about one thing, they're going to stay on that one thing, they're going to drive you nuts. If they're an interrogator, you're going to, after a while, it's like water dripping on your forehead. You're going to say, yes, 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 I did it. Dab, fast, light, direct. Fast, light, and indirect is me. I'm a flick. Fast, light, and indirect. You can remember it by how flick is spelled. F-L-I-C-K. Fast, light, and indirect. Hey, fast, light, and indirect. Hey, nothing's a big problem. Your head moves. Your shoulders move. Your elbows are circular. All right? You walk in indirect patterns. Flickers hate confrontations. We are indirect. We'll do everything we can to put off a classroom assignment, watching a video, a boring Laban video. All right? But there's a side of me that loves flick because I think it is a happy energy. Realize flickers can be furious. They don't know what to do. It's sort of an ineffectual anger, but it's still angry. Great. Dab, fast, light, direct. Flick, fast, light, indirect. Good. Other fasts. Thrust, fast, heavy, direct. Hey, what are you doing? Put that down. As opposed to press. Put that down. You're doing it fast. Put that down now, asshole. That's my first curse word in our class. Especially since it's recorded now, you can turn me in. But realize profanity is a good, heavy energy. It's got a quality of it. Since those words also are generally onomatopoetic, they sound like what they mean. Shit. They're part of your heavy arsenal. They're very funny when they're said lightly, though. Shit. Great. Rust. Fast, heavy, direct. And then you got fast, heavy, and indirect, which is a slash. Which is why I have to keep the camera away from me. Slashes are kind of dangerous. Now realize too, Laban Energies don't have to be huge. You can do a slash for camera. Just coming in this way. Only my mouth and my eyes. So I have to look directly at the camera. This is quiet, but it's got tension behind it. It's got weight behind it. Do you hear me? Great. Fast, heavy, and indirect slash. Our 4 fast energies. Fast, light, direct, dab. Fast, light, and indirect. Flick. Fast, heavy, and direct. Thrust. Fast, heavy, and indirect. Slash! 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 I made the camera go out of focus. That's how fast I was moving. Good. But this is the other cool thing about Laban. Laban makes everything in the world a laboratory. Can you define that butterfly in one of the 8 energies? Can you define your dad's anger in one of the 8? His grief in one of the 8? It gives you a system for characterization and recreation. You can physically do a Laban at any time. Doesn't matter how you feel, you can do it. and it might prompt a real emotion. One way or another, though, 8 to 10 times a week, it's going to tell the audience the story they are paying to see, regardless of how you feel. Great. Nice talking to you. We'll chat.